Hi, everyone. My name is Lee Willis. I'm with Loan Depot, manager here at Los Angeles County. I have Michael Moses with us, and he's out in South Bay, and Ryan Marks, who's also down in South Bay. And we're starting with part two of this conversation of big bank versus direct lender. What are the changes, and what did Ryan see when he came on board? For those that didn't see part one, we'll put a link on this so you can see part one also. And here's the $1 million question when you're leaving a big bank: is how are you going to get business outside of the four walls of the branch? And how was that for you? Like what did you do to make sure that business like basically followed you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question because really, you're having internal dialogue. Are my clients going to follow me? And, the answer to that is yes. At the end of the day, your clients are going with you because of the level of customer service that you provided that client and the relationship that you've already established. So all my clients were just like, yes, I want to work with you, Ryan. So regardless of where you're at, I know how you operate. So I'm confident if you've made that decision, like, it, we're confident that we can proceed with you and everything will be business as usual.
Hey, Ryan, along those lines, where you're talking about, yourself and your clients following you, part of the expectation when you move from one company to the next is how is the back office going to support me in that? Can you talk to how that happened for you, where you're at now?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, and that was obviously the leap as part of the leap of faith and making a transition to, to any company, whether it's a direct lender or not. And, to be perfectly frank, uh, I feel very supported. I feel very good about being out in the field and talking about Loan Depot and talking about our process because they have really delivered on their promise. Aside from that, the biggest thing that I noticed that's helped the transactions is the lack of all the additional overlays within the loan products that we have here and the plethora of products that we have available. If something doesn't quite fit, there's 100 other products out there that do. So guess what? Go choose from the other 99 that are available to you, and all of them are great. It's just you need to do your due diligence to make sure that's going to be the best fit for your client. I just can't stress enough that if you're considering making the decision to make the move, you really do need to reach out to folks like Lee Willis and Michael Moses
Let me ask you one more thing, Ryan, before we go.
yeah.
You mentioned something. What was the closing thing that made you did a little something that a lot of people should do before making a move, where you contacted some people. Tell me that a little bit about that real quick.
Having never worked in this type of environment with a direct lender, I contacted every single former bank employee, right, at the financial institution that's since been at Loan Depot. And every single person that has left the bank is still at Loan Depot. They have not jumped ship. So that speaks volume because a lot of folks, if they're willing to initially take the risk, and some of the banks say, well, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and they kind of just position it like maybe you shouldn't leave. More often than not, they do come back because maybe that platform doesn't work. Like, you need to stop thinking like going from big bank to big bank. That's not the way to do business anymore.
Ryan, thank you for taking this time. We really appreciate you dropping some knowledge on this, because it's one thing if I say it or if Michael says it. Hearing from someone that has done very, very well here, I can't imagine what numbers you're going to pop here, this year and next year. And it's just going to be, it's amazing to see the growth. And I would say one thing that is really amazing is your acceptance of the system and learning the system is helping you immensely here. And that's why you're able to just hit the ground running. So we really appreciate you taking this time. And if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave it, and we'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye now.